What is up, fishing addicts? On today's video, we'll be talking about some pre-spawn bass, especially on the rivers. And we're gonna start out this series on what baits I like to use and I have found to be successful over my fishing career. It's not very long, but I do fish a lot, except for the past 2 weeks. Um, Before we get into this, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon for more videos. So let me break it down to you what's gonna happen over the couple of weeks on the channel. So we're gonna start which baits I like to use, and I have found a lot of success in the early pre-spawn spring fishing before even bass start staging to spawn. So we're gonna go over those baits, which they're not in the order like what I most prefer, but most of the time I go with those uh, three to four types of baits. And we're gonna start with jerk bait. So I do prefer smaller size jerk baits, and my preference is Rapala or Strike King, because they do have that little, when they swim, they have that little wobble, and I found that Rapala uh, does a pretty good job with these. So my favorite color will be this one, and also Sexy Shot from Strike King, and something with orange. Smallmouth bass love orange for some reason. So at these temperatures, usually it's just around freezing. So not a lot of people like to use bait casters, but I am a power fisherman and I love bait casters. I cannot um, stand the idea of using a spinner. So I do love a bait caster. It's a little bit more frustrating, but however, I just found a little rod. It's from Abu Garcia. It's called the Workhorse. This is probably an older rod, but it's brand new, never used. I snatched it for $5 in OfferUp. So it's a great pair. It's a um, carbon fiber to fiberglass tip. So it is a medium action rod. So it has pretty nice tip on it, and I do love for jerkbaits. I do love medium rods, and especially I am a big fan of Kevin Van Dam, and I do follow his fishing style, and I am very close what he does. Like I am a power fisherman for the most part, and the reason I picked this rod is because of the guides. I don't know if you guys can see, but these guys are not micro guides. These are pretty big guides. Usually, you get this type of guides from spinner rod. So, but they won't ice up as fast as the micro guides, and they will be more forgiving. And for $5, it was a steal. So I like to use a little bit faster gear ratio, 7-1 or 7 something, and I like to pair it with mono. Why mono? Well, with jerk baits, I found out I lose a lot less fish. I lose a lot less fish with the mono, and I can cast it pretty long distance. I mean, you can cast it with fluoro, but what happens is when the temperature is so cold, monofilament, I found it to be like almost like a glass. So it does, when it gets kinked or whatever, it creates a very soft spot for the line to break. So at that point, I don't like using any more flora at very low temperatures. And once we start going over 35 to 40 degrees, I switch to braid with, again, glass rod, 15-pound braid, glass rod, and again, fast reel. The reason I go with a little bit faster reel than most people is because just like KVD, I use the rod to move the lure, and with the reel I just collect. But sometimes when they bite your lure, they swim towards you. So this way I can catch up pretty fast and set the hook pretty good on them. So cadence, how I like to fish it. For the most part, I do not do more than 10 seconds pauses. I think when you're fishing rivers with that 10 seconds, the lure has enough time to float up, and it defeats the purpose. So I'll cast it. I'll do a couple of cranks and make sure it dives to the depth, like 3 feet, 4 feet. And I'll start snapping, snap it a couple of times, and just wait. Reel up the slack, snap, snap, and I just vary it whichever way they want. Maybe sometimes one big snap and just hold it and snap, quick snaps. There's so many ways you can fish it, but at this time I'll link a couple of videos over here with my winter fishing videos with the jerkbait, especially Rapala, for those cold weathers, cold waters with the ice on the ground and stuff. And sometimes you just cast and retrieve it very slow, and you just stop, retrieve, stop, and sometimes you just retrieve it very slow and let that lure just shimmy, and that's how I catch them. Best areas to use it, usually the slack water near dams, slack water, deeper slack water near heavy currents, and pretty much that's the only places that I have found fish. And other than that, it's pretty simple. I don't want to make the video very long, but jerkbait, it's been my go-to bait at very low temperatures, anywhere between I like to fish it between 25, I would say 25 to almost 50 degrees. It's very productive bait for me. My personal preferences on the bait: small Rapalas and small striking. A lot of people like to use mega bass. It's very expensive for my taste. And before I end the video, I wanna ask you guys, local guys that are around the area, and we came up with a little group that we are in, and we're trying to do every month kayak fishing trips. Of course, it's no charge. Just a bunch of guys getting together. We get to talk about kayak, kayak customization, why we picked the kayak we're on, what kayak we would like to have, or what mods we would like to have, and just pure kayak talk, kayak fishing for now. And if you guys are interested in something like that, I will leave down below my social media platforms. Either it's gonna be a Facebook group or Clubhouse. In order for everyone to be in Clubhouse, though, they have to have an iPhone. Clubhouse is only available in iPhone. They don't have it in Android yet, but two different platforms, two different setups. In Clubhouse, we can actually communicate by voice. With Facebook, it's just a chat, basically a chat format. But I think I do prefer Clubhouse, because you can actually get to talk about whatever you want to talk about. And like I said, once a month the meetings, if you can make it. If not, it is what it is. So let me know if you guys are interested on that. We can get this thing rolling. We already have a couple of guys that we are actually talking about it, making plans where we're gonna fish and how far we're gonna fish. And it's a great way if someone doesn't even have a kayak but wants to learn more about kayaks and the kayak fishing scene, the mistakes that we made and the things that we should have done and we didn't do. Learn from our mistakes, and of course, a lot of people have more experience than me and the couple of people from the group, so they can bring out their own experience. And that's it, guys. I'm not gonna make the video too long. I'll catch you guys on the next one.